1 minute to the opening of pit exit. 1 minute.
Switch the tour on. Switch the pump on in 30 seconds.
As red goes out, that's where we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
Roger, off now.
Awaits the WPS Bathurst Motor Festival, and as part of it, there's a massive field of Formula Vees returning to the mountain for the first time in 10 years as part of the Mount Panorama Challenge. And this weekend includes the debut of young 16-year-old Aaron Russell, who's making his racing debut at Bathurst. What a place to do it.
Around this track, it's just amazing. Just learning the track and knowing all the drivers that have been on it, it's just unbelievable. As a driver, you just come to the track and you just be prepared to drive it. It's just one of those things you have to do, so I don't mind it. It's good.
How are you finding the racing out there, close?
Yeah, it's good fun. We're all close and dicing. Hopefully it's good.
Formula Vee on track for the 2008 Formula Vee Mount Panorama Challenge, a return for the open wheeler category to Mount Panorama for the first time in 10 years. Let's check the grid for race 2. Ryan Simpson and Ben Porter to start from row 1, Damien White, in a field that is full to the brim, 55 cars.
I don't think in all the times I've been to Bathurst I've ever seen 55 cars on the grid. I don't quite know how the guy in last position gets to see the light.
He's going to be rode up somewhere back up Conrod Straight. I think the field just keeps on coming. Aaron Russell from position 28, the younger brother of Fujitsu V8 supercar driver Drew Russell, and they just keep on coming. The Formula V's have been around since the late 1960s, and they've been a real springboard for so many young drivers too.
Absolutely, and Jason Gummersall there in grid 42, iSeek is his sponsor, and I reckon he's seeking for, I don't know, getting around turn 1 before he even gets to the lights.
Rounding out the field of 55 cars, Drew Beecham from Victoria in the Creative Machining number 25 car. Boy, oh boy, he is a man with a serious mountain to climb. There he is, the back row of the grid. We get the green flag. Set to start race 2 for the Formula V's at Mount Panorama. Ryan Simpson on pole to the right of screen. Ben Porter to the left. Away they go, race 2 at Mount Panorama, and a full field setting off towards Hell Corner on this 6-lap race distance. And Ben Porter from the front row of the grid is the race leader.
And can you imagine being Zane Al Sayed, about 10th position, 4 wide into turn 1. Every time you run up Mountain Straight, whether it's a Formula V or a V8 supercar, the heart is pounding.
The long run up Mountain Straight, slipstreaming, absolutely essential in Formula V racing. And this category has enjoyed something of a resurgence in the last few years. The introduction of the 1600cc engine from the original 1200cc Volkswagen engine has really brought things up, and there's some great looking cars with some pretty radical styling as well.
Well, when you can get into one of these cars for as little as $10,000, you can see why it's so popular, and you see the long haul up the hill. Keeping these cars flowing is critical around a track like Mount Panorama.
Tyre power cutting, and this is where the 4-speed gearbox is going to be really working. In fact, around Mount Panorama, once they get going, they really only need 3rd and 4th gear, and you can see there a few debris flags on display, so they'll have to be very, very careful on this first time across the top of the mountain.
Again, we talk about the speed of the Formula V, not as quick as a V8 supercar, but any car across the top of the mountain, you're always on the edge, you're always on the limit, and you can see there as they squirm through McPhillamy Park.
These cars running on a Dunlop all-weather unidirectional tyre, so it can go on any corner of the car in any condition, and it's all about taking the momentum across the top and keeping the car nice and straight, because these cars don't have massive amounts of power. We're talking about 50 horsepower, but of course the cars don't weigh much. The 1200cc cars clock in at 475 kilograms. The 1600cc cars, which are running at the front, weighing at 490 kilograms, and that's including the driver. So not very heavy, not such a bad power to weight ratio as Ben Porter pulls out of the slipstream, and you can see there how easily he took the lead from Ryan Simpson.
He's obviously got a very good run coming onto Conrod Straight, and with the advantage of the slipstream that you mentioned, Aaron, he's managed to pull around, get in front before you go through Caltech's chase.
Flat out into the chase, and you can see here with Ben Porter leading in the Checkmate chassis, Ryan Simpson in the Jacer chassis, which has been updated over the course of several evolutions, originally built and designed by Jason Cutts, a former Formula Vee champion, and it's gone through a lot of evolutions. But you can see here, Damien, that there's a chance for designers with a fresh, clean sheet of paper to really just come up with something a little bit different. Although these cars work to a similar rule book, there's a lot of different styles.
Absolutely, and what it also shows is it's a place that drivers can show their craft as well as potential designers for the future.
The long run up Mountain Straight one more time. This is race 2 of the Formula Vee Mount Panorama Challenge, part of the WPS Bathurst Motor Festival.